Endometriosis is a condition where cells that ordinarily reside within the uterus or on the inner wall of the uterus migrate out of that natural habitat into pretty much any part of the body. Most commonly, they will move into parts of the pelvis or behind where the ovaries normally reside, but they can move to significantly other parts of the body, right through the abdomen or even into the chest. By moving to where they are, they can cause significant scarring, but also they still think that they're in the inside of the uterus. So under hormonal control, they may bleed, and that can cause significant pain. We've got a number of theories as to what actually causes it. Such a huge number of theories really only tells us one thing, and that is we still don't really have all the answers. Probably the most commonly held theory is that when women have periods, whilst most of the uterine lining sheds and is evacuated through the vagina, some of it shoots back up through the tubes and moves into the pelvis, where it causes endometriotic deposits. Those deposits then, under hormonal control, can react and cause incredible amounts of pain. Part of the problem is that women with endometriosis, you can't really see that. If I break my arm or if somebody punches me and I have a blood nose, we see that and we can respond to it. When the pain's internalised, we often can't see it, and so it's really hard for people in the community and often our families to really understand the true effect of this disease. In terms of how we treat endometriosis, our medical advancement follows the same logical treatment train as pretty much every other disease. When we know very little about a disease process, when we're right at the beginning of that journey, our best solution is to remove that part of the disease, usually via surgery, to cut it out and throw it away. Once we start understanding a little bit more about disease process, we start developing medical therapies, things like tablets and medication to really target what that disease process is. As we really start to fundamentally understand the disease completely, we can then often work out the genetic basis for what's causing the disease and develop vaccines. With regards to endometriosis, unfortunately, we know so little about it that we're still right at the beginning of our treatment journey, which means that the majority of women with severe or moderate endometriosis will require surgery. The major goals of surgical treatment of endometriosis are to remove every visible pocket of endometriotic disease that we can see. Initially, when we first started this journey, we used to do so via a laparotomy, where we'd make a large incision on an abdomen, find disease and excise it. But more recently, we've been able to do this via a keyhole route or laparoscopic surgery, where we use very, very small instruments to access the entirety of the pelvis. And interestingly, we get a much, much better view, a much more magnified view of the interior of the pelvis, and we're better able to identify and treat individual spots of endometriosis. More recently, surgical advancements have allowed us to use robotic surgery in order to best look after our women.